All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Sunday evening about 6 p.m., August 17th. That's right, it's about a week before I go on my cruise with my family, Autism of the Seas, a most awesome and prestigious organization that I really enjoy and I'm very excited to be a part of. But today's video du jour is ExcaliburCon, a convention in Duluth. Who'd have thunk it? Um, I found out about it a couple of weeks ago only because my wife was driving by and saw a billboard. And so she asked me, she was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of this ExcaliburCon?" I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Um, and so went and Googled it, and that was about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was like, "Oh wow, it's a local con. There's going to be some role playing games. There's magic. There's 40K Lords of War, and it's not Lords of War. The I think it's by Mantic. It's their miniatures game. I don't know the name of it because I don't play it. I have no interest in it whatsoever. The miniatures do look kind of cool, but it's just not my jam. I don't play 40K. I have a 3D printer. I print all the miniatures I want. I like OPR if I'm I have yet to play, but I'm enamored by OPR. But anyway, that being said, I signed up. I sent them an email and said, "Hey, I'd be interested in volunteering to run a game. Uh, and what all does that entail?" And they got back to me relatively quickly, like I think the next day, and they said, We offer free entry to the convention if you run at least a 4-hour slot." Uh, but they said the lady that replied to me said, "I don't know if we have any slots open. I'm going to forward you to I think his name was Steve, the guy who's in charge of role playing, and I'll let him take it from there." So it's fine. It took another day. Steve got I'm going to say Steve. I don't remember his name. I apologize. Uh, but for conversation's sake, I will say Steve. So Steve replied back to me and said, "Oh, thank God, one of my GMs canceled, so I have a spot. Just tell me what you want to run, fill this out," which I did. There was a little miscommunication, mostly on my part. Work was crazy that week. Um, and then those that don't know, I have an autistic son, and so when I get off of work, my real job starts because he's a handful, but he's an amazing kid, and I love him to death. But anyway, long story short, we got it all sorted out, and I ran um, Castles and Crusades starter box. I ran the Into the Dark adventure that's in here now, abbreviated a little bit because it's a full length adventure. I think it takes you from first to sixth level, I think is what this box will do. And there's a big old dungeon in there. I truncated it. And I painted up some miniatures. I used skinny minis for all the player characters because I wasn't sure what everybody was going to play, and I just didn't have enough time to print and paint various miniatures. But I am going to do that because I think I want to be ready for the next con uh, in October, Halloween for Gamehole Con, because I believe for Gamehole Con I'm running. Wicked Packs by Polyhedral Knights, my buddy Mickey. Shout out to Polyhedral Knights. They make awesome games if you haven't checked them out. Use my affiliate link for Drive Through RPG, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it makes the channel a couple of bucks. So I appreciate it if you use that link in the doobly doo. But anyway, I got my volunteer badge. And what I didn't know, I didn't find out. Well, I got more information, I should say. What was cool about this local little con that, by the way, amazing turnout. If you're in the Duluth, Minnesota, Wisconsin area, and you want a little weekend, Saturday, Sunday convention to go to, and you're into 40K or you're into Magic or you're into, other, Star Wars memorabilia and, fandom, this is the con for you. Tons of people dressed up like stormtroopers and TIE fighter pilots and rebel scum and Princess Leia, Darth Vader. I did not see a Darth Maul, but I was not looking. I spent most of my time, and they had a separate room. It was really echoey, which was the only sucky part about it. But it was held at the Deck, which is the Duluth Entertainment Convention Center, I think, or something like that. Anyway, some nice big facility. Parking was $10. It was $10 a day, so a little steep there on the parking. But I get it. But I will say, fun time was had. I was impressed at how many actual role playing games were going on in my time slot. I was from 1 to 5, and I went in there. I got to the con Saturday morning about 10 o'clock, and I walked around, checked out the dealer's room. I bought a fidget spinner for my son. I didn't really see anything. I was really surprised. There wasn't a whole lot of role playing games. I did meet Katie from Superior Dice Company. I'm going to hold her QR code up, pause the video, and snap that and go buy dice from her because she is awesome. Superior Dice, and then you can email her. You can email her at Superior Dice Company, all one word, at gmail.com. Carrie Slick is the owner, and it's called Superior Dice Company. So if you see that purplish pink, color with the dice and the sun and everything, that's her. I'm going to tell you right now, she makes amazing dice. And I've showed them off here on the channel, the OP dice I bought. For those that don't know, the UP, Upper Peninsula, Minnesota, Wisconsin, there's a saying, Ope, which is like, oh shit. If I understand it right, I'm from Brooklyn, so don't quote me on it. But if anyone from the area understands, tell us what the meaning is. But I believe that's the meaning. But anyway, um, she works here in town, and I ran into her, and I didn't realize that she was the person, but she told me she was going to be at ExcaliburCon, and so I was like, "Oh my gosh, super cool! I'm going to be there too." Blah blah blah. I want to talk to you about dice for Mr. Mean Speaks, because what I'd like to do is get a set of like yellowish green dice, kind of like this, with black numbers. That would be my channel dice, and I could give those out to Patreons and things like that. So I'm in talks with her to get some custom dice made because she is super cool, a really nice person. I chatted with her for about half hour, 45 minutes yesterday at the end of the con, and really enjoyed my conversation with her. And she's just a very lovely person. The other thing, I entered a painting contest, and we'll get into that a little bit. I want to point out for those, I know there's a couple people on my channel and subscribe to me that have autistic or people with special needs in their family. And I found this awesome lady called Therapeutic. And I'm going to put it up there. So again, pause the video and screen capture that, take a picture of it or whatever. They're on Ko-Fi, they're on itch.io. Therapeutic. So Theraplaytic. Therapeutic. That's on Instagram. It's making mental health supports more accessible and engaging. Board game, TTRPGs, paper crafts, therapy tools, and stickers. She had a cool little booth. I did not buy anything from her because I really wasn't there to buy stuff, and I didn't bring any money with me, and I didn't want to. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. I don't need to spend any more money, but I've got her. I grabbed her flyer. I told her I would give her a shout out on the channel. I think this is a super cool. Her games were really cool, and it was like she had one that was you color in. It was a sticker. It had stickers and like the things that stress you out, and it was like fighting your inner demons and your monsters. So not only people with autism, but people with uh, mental illness or people that are just really stressed. This was a way for you to confront and deal with those things. So maybe the next time you're in a real world situation where you're freaking out, you'll remember this because you played a game, and it might help you deal with it a little bit better. So I thought that was really cool. So Therapeutic, check them out. Super cool, supporting autism and mental health. And all that fun stuff. So really worthwhile cause. If you can throw some money their way, that is awesome. And if you do, tell him Mr. Mean sent you, because I think that'll mean a lot. And it'd mean a lot to me because she was super nice, and anything that supports the autism community and or mental health and awareness, I'm all for. And again, like I said, it was a Star Wars convention, so it had tons of free stickers, and this one just stuck out to me. I don't know why. It reminds me of the like Morte, the Day of the Dead, uh, but in Star Wars, and I thought it was really cool. So that's probably going to go on my iPad or maybe on the back of my phone or something. I don't know. I just thought it was a cool sticker. So like I said, I ran Castles and Crusades, and I painted up real quick. I painted up some miniatures for the convention. I have a 3D printer. I have a GK2 by Uniformation. It's a fantastic printer for me. And I really, really enjoy it. And so these guys I slap chopped these guys. I got them painted really quick. And this is one of them. It's like a ogre. It's a chunky boy. And I painted him up. It came out pretty good. Enough detail that, a table ready. I wasn't planning on entering these guys in a competition. That was not my goal. As far as I'm concerned, they're not competition ready. They're fun, and that's what I painted them for. And you got a little sheet with your name and everything. And this was fantasy single. And his name was George, because you have to give your miniature a name, because I guess people voted on him. So I was like, George. So I thought that was cool. I didn't win anything, but I did get a cool bronze coin. The company that was doing the judging was called Dwarven Axe, and I was really impressed with the guys at the Alex and I believe it was Kelsey. And this is the little coin. It's just 3D printed. And so a bronze coin means you're on your way. You're keep going. You've got potential, and keep doing it. And again, I did not enter this thing as a competition to try and win or anything. It's just um, when I went there, it was really, there was like 2 miniatures in the case, and I just realized that my interview with Jay is still on there, and I don't know how to take that off. And it's too late. I'm in the middle of a chat here, so I don't think I can. So I don't think I can take that off. Nope, I sure can't. So you know what? Let's see, media assets, private chat, banners. Ooh, maybe I can. There's the banner. Yeah, I can take them off. Delete. I'm recording all this, guys. I'm sorry. Example banners. All right. Well, I don't know what I just did, but whatever I did it. Hide current banner. There we go. Oh, it doesn't let me change it. No. All right. Well, it is what it is. It's going to stick now, because I'm not going to fight with it. So anyway, I did that one, and the one I'm really proud of is this was the base, and unfortunately, I broke it off the base. I can't blame anybody for this, but I whipped this up, and it's a Drider, but it's kind of an ethereal Drider, and it goes on this little base, and I have to see if I can get it on the base properly. If it'll, I don't even know. Oh, I think it was like that. Yeah, that's it. So that's how it sat on its base, and I'll re-glue it back to the base. But anyway, I really like this one, and when I put it on the table, the players were like, "Wow, that's super cool," and they loved the ogre. So it was a lot of fun, and I didn't do it to win a trophy or anything. Not, and they're a little, they're out of the Twin Cities area of Minneapolis, and they're just, I don't, they have 4 quarters where they support local conventions, and they do miniature painting contests. And so there was a guy there named David, I think he was, and he had painted this giant. And it was so cool, because like he had a deer was like falling and was about to hit the ground, and it was very, very in motion. The miniature had a life to it, if that makes sense, and it was really cool. But I was happy that my miniatures got bronze, and I'm going to keep painting. I paint for me. I don't paint for competition. I don't think I'm that good of a painter. I have fun with it, and I like seeing my players' faces when I put the miniatures on the table, and having the 3D printer is just so much fun. So I got a little banner from Dwarven Axe. Everybody could get the black one. That was a freebie. And then I got the one as a axe bearer, which meant that I was a participant in the competition. So that was pretty cool. So I had to go back today and pick up my miniatures, and I saw that I got bronze. So I was like, that's cool. Hey, it's like an honorable mention. It's the everybody gets a trophy mentality. So that's what that little coin is, and it's more of a encouragement to keep painting. And to be honest, I paint for me, so I don't really care. I had fun with it, and I wanted to support Dwarven Axe, because Alex and Kelsey were, oh my God, they were some of the nicest people. And I just enjoyed talking to them so much. They were super cool. I'm going to put a link to their Discord in the doobly-doo. because if you're into miniature painting or you just like looking at cool miniatures, there's some great painters on there, by the way. Then go check it out. It's a great Discord. It's very friendly. Everyone's super nice. They have a convention. Oh, I forgot. It's not Phoenix. It's not Proctor. It's not Rochester. They have a convention down. I think it's the week before Thanksgiving down in the cities. And so I may try to go to it. I may leave Friday after work, or maybe I'll just take a half a day off on Friday and I'll roll out. Because the nice part is I get off work at 3 o'clock, so I can jet and I can get on the road before the heavy traffic hits. Because the cities is only 2 hours away. I can get a hotel for the night. And I can go hang out at the con for the weekend, and my wife and my kid can go do the things that they like to do while they're in the cities there. So pretty excited about that. Like I said, I'm going to try. I can't promise I'll be able to go because I have other commitments. I have the convention in October that I have to go to, and so I want to make sure that I don't overextend myself, and I can't take too much time off of work. I've taken most of my vacation for my cruise this year, so and that's a priority because we need this vacation. So yeah, I just wanted to do a video real quick, talk about ExcaliburCon. Maybe next year, if you're in the area and you want to go, you'll go. It supports autism. It's a really cool con. I had a lot of fun I basically spent the day there yesterday. I got there a little bit after 10 and I left at a little bit after 6, not much after 6, because the dealers hall closed at 6 and I was there talking to people. So had a really good time, made some nice connections, and really excited to see what else happens in the future, because the attendance looked like it was really good. So I'm hoping that the con does well and they do another one next year, because it was super cool and I had a lot of fun. And maybe next year there'll be even more role-playing games, and so maybe I'll get to play something. But I did have fun running Castles and Crusades. I had 5 players and they had a blast. They loved it. 3 of them knew Castles and Crusades, and they were all players and game masters, which I thought was phenomenal. So we had a good time. They really enjoyed the game. They didn't know the game as well as I did, but I had a nice cheat sheet that I think Chuck Kumbow had made, and I downloaded it off of his Google Drive or something. I don't know. He gave me access to it, and I think it's available to everybody now. But last year at GameholeCon, he gave me access to it, and so I had downloaded it, and I printed out a couple of these cheat sheets, and it was really helpful for them. And they were like, "Oh, I didn't know that," so they learned some stuff. I hate to say it, but I'm a very seasoned GM. They had a blast, and I ran into them today when I was coming back into the con to come pick up my miniatures from the showcase, and they stopped me. They saw me. They were like, "Hey!" and they were like, "I always see you won a medal," and I was like, "Yeah, I got a coin, and everything. It's bronze." And they're like, "Hey, man, that's awesome!" So they were really excited to go. We thought that spider was really cool, and so it was a lot of fun to see them. And they again thanked me for running a cool game. So, and they. One of the kids was a veteran. He did his 4 years in the army. He was really young. They were engaged, uh, soon to be husband and wife team, and then their best friend. So really nice people, had a great time with them, and just a very successful con for a spur of the moment. It cost me $10 to go park. That's all it cost me. $14 because I bought a water while I was there. They didn't like Gen Con and Game Hole Con. They'll have the little water buffaloes out everywhere where you can just go and get free water. They didn't have that set up, so that might be a suggestion I make to them. If you want to really help people out, don't make them pay $4 for a bottle of water when you're walking in a convention. Luckily, this weekend it wasn't very hot here in Duluth. Actually, it's really chilly today. But yeah, so long story. I'm babbling now, but the point was, it was a good time. It supported autism. I had a really good time. I plan on going back next year because it's close to home. I mean, I was home in 10 minutes, and it cost me literally parking was all it cost me. And maybe next year I'll get my wife to drop me off so I don't have to pay for parking. That might be something I do. I don't know. Again, $10 is not bad, and that goes to the convention. That doesn't go to the staff. But I'll volunteer next year. I'll run more games, probably run Dagger Heart, or I don't know. I might run Draw Steel. I don't know. Who knows what I'll run? I'll definitely run Castles and Crusades because it's a fun game to play at conventions, and people know D&D, so they're familiar enough with it to play it. There are some nuances that are different, but people enjoy it. And like I said, those 5 people that I ran it for, they had a blast. They had a lot of fun. So, and that's what I do it for, right? And that's the whole point. So anyway, I hope this finds you all well. As always, like and subscribe. Go to DriveThruRPG, buy a ton of shit, use my affiliate link. I make a buck. It helps the channel. It goes back into the channel. Other than that, peace and hair grease. And as always, remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice. I will talk to you guys next time. Let's see if this is the one. Nope, that's the wrong one. I think we're just gonna wrap it up, guys. I wanted to fade out, but I don't have all my stuff here. I'm still learning the StreamYard and I haven't had time to play with it. And I'm leaving soon, so it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But as always, thanks, hair grease, all that fun stuff. Be nice to one another. And remember, Mr. Mean loves you.